Yo, what's up guys? Edge TCG here. I'm back with yet another top 4 at the Genesys Invitational, Genesys Proto YCS, whatever you like to call it. That makes it a first place at Pittsburgh, second place at Anaheim, or maybe vice versa, and then a fourth place, I guess, at wherever we are. So bittersweet. I did misplay in Top Cut. I think I could have won my top 4 match, but I played Dracotail. Before we get into the deck, I'm going to later make a video going in depth into what I think needs to be adjusted into the game. I've gotten top 4 at every Genesys NA Invitational, so I think I am adequately equipped to speak on this. But I think the game has a lot of flaws in terms of the point design and whatever. But that's not to say it's a bad game. I think overall it's a really fun game. It's a really fun format, and that they're obviously very receptive to the community on improving that. And I think this is a bright future ahead. If you guys don't know, there's going to be full-fledged YCSs along with the normal advanced format YCSs of Genesys. So you guys, if you want to play Genesys, are going to have the ability to win the same prizes as the advanced format. So that's something to look forward to. I really do think this is a cool format. You guys should try it out at your local game store, online, with friends. But yeah, this is a Draco Shaddoll deck I played. So I played 3 Lucius, 3 Malulu, 3 Pan, 3 Urgula, 1 Frymena, 1 Frixel. So I don't remember what it used to be, but these are 5 points, it's like 30, and pretty much nothing else in the lineup here is points. Honestly, I think the deck is too low. There's too little amount of points on it. I don't know what they have to exactly do. Maybe increase Lucius, maybe increase Rahu. But the deck has too little points, and it allows me to play pretty much a full engine. And the deck's really good. Obviously, it's underpointed to be frank. I don't think it's their intention that you play a full-fledged Dracotail deck. So that's whatever. I play Shaddoll, Beast, Squamata, and Hedgehog. A lot of people seem to think that this was a Shaddoll Dracotail deck, when in actuality these were just pretty much good cards to have in the deck in general. One of the main things with this lineup is that this deck, you don't have a lot of monsters sometimes, so these cards just replace themselves and generate more advantage. And later on in the side deck, you can side in Shaddoll Fusion, and it's really good to have these. Then I played 3 King of the Swamp. There's not too many starters. There's a lot of hands where I use Poly to combo with a Pan and Urgula or something. So sometimes you got to do some weird plays because there's not that many starters in this deck, as opposed to normal, the full power deck. This card's also cool because it allows me to play something like this. This came up once and it won me the game. I mean, I was gonna win anyway, but it's pretty cool. I will say, I did cut, a little sneak peek, I did cut Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, and that did come up many times. It actually came up every time against Vanquish Soul, because what happens is I just make a big board of bodies, and that would be one of the only cards I can attack them all, and that's really relevant. So maybe that's something to consider if you guys want to try this out yourself. 3 DD Crow. It's not a great hand trap. It's not a bad hand trap. It's a 0-point hand trap. I don't know. Maybe these could have been more kaijus or something. This was fine in the place it was. No real regrets. I didn't really do too much. I did misplay in top 4 by not adequately using this, so that's on me. 3 Gamma Seal. My deck is just a board breaker deck, so there's a lot of games you just tribute a problematic card. You put a Holly Sue engrave by tributing it. You just tribute whatever you want to do, and this card's really broken. It's also in Genesys, the card quality is so low that this is actually a good card. So then we have 3 Rahu, 2 Ketsu. I'm glad to report none of these got ashed the entire weekend. If they did ash, that would unironically be unlucky. In current format, you get ashed. It's it's expected. If you get ashed in this, you're deserving to be mad. So yeah, this is 15 points each. They upped it. Not enough, guys. Not enough. I can still play basically the full engine, as you can see. So not enough. It never came up. It's a problem with 2 of it, so it's fine. It's better than in the TCG, the current one. 3 Dark Ruler. This card's broken. Negate the full board. This is the power level of cards that Genesys should be. It just it kind of levels the playing field in terms of just negating a board. I don't know. It's not a broken card, as I'm getting at. I was really debating playing either Shaddoll Fusion or this. And I ultimately decided on this because Shaddoll Fusion was dead in my hand a lot of times in testing. So this is pretty much always live at some point. Next I played 2 Polymerization for King of the Swamp for fusing. Clutch card. Played 1 of each trap. Flame's 3 points. It's funny, Flame was actually a generic side deck card in the last format. And now it's not because it's points. So that's how things work. These cards are fun. No hand traps in the deck really, as you can see. A lot of people played around things for no reason. Next we have a Lightning Kaiju, this guy, and this guy. So the Lightning Kaiju, you can play, technically you can do it with the Water Kaiju if I played Anoetilis, but you just make Construct, you can send it. I mean, it never came up, it's fake. I never even summoned this card, but it's cool in theory. You can add it back by sending it off Construct and Shaddoll Fusion or whatever. Or not sending it, but you know. And then Dragon and Ariel. Neat cards. Honestly, this came up once to my opponent made me discard for some reason, and then I popped his Mimical card, so that was fun. He was pretty annoyed. He was gonna win the game off that Mimical card, but then he just randomly decided to make me send a card from my hand, so dragoned him. Free Shaddoll Fusion. I had 1 game, actually against the guy that I lost to, but in Swiss. I played him, and I activated 1 Shaddoll Fusion. He totem birded it, and then activate another one because only activate 1. Totem bird negates activations. So that was cool. Game over. If this card resolves, it's game over. But sometimes people are tricky. Like I know some people knew I was doing this. So there was there's 2 instances actually where the guy didn't make a totem bird in that matchup because he knew I played Shaddoll Fusion. So it has, its upsides and downsides. Overall, it's a fine card. I don't really think this deserves points. It's kind of mid. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I was neat. I banished some things. In theory, I was really worried about D-Fissure, maybe even non-fusion area, which I thought D-Fissure should be in a lot of decks. Even if your deck kind of loses the D-Fissure, if you can play under it slightly, like it should be in your deck. I'm happy to say I didn't get D-Fissured once. I did banish a Domain, I think, off this once. That was cool. Speaking of Domain, that'll be a whole different discussion, but that deck needs to be obliterated. Enough said. We have 3 Ultimate Slayer. This card is okay. That's all there's to say. 3 of the best card in the game. He's taking a rest. This card needs to be a lot of points because it's too little points. It's actually, guys, I'm going to guess in the comments. 3, 2, 1. It's 0 points. Fun fact. This is the best card. Like half the decks are playing. Even if your deck needs to search, just play Mistaken Arrest anyway. Skip the turn for a turn. Shout out Enzo or Maxing. And then we played 3 Gulamel. 3 Gulamel. Why do you need 3 Gulamel? I don't know. I mean, it could have been a Tyrant Dragon, I guess. It was fine. It did get banished off clip a lot, so I don't hate the fact that I played 3. I think 3 came up like once. Arthalion. It's like 30 points or 20 points or something. I don't remember the exact amount, but the fact that you can just recycle this card with the traps and whatever is broken. This card, I don't even know what you call it. This card's pretty good. If you guys don't know, target 2 in the grave and 1 monster of the same type, so 2 Dracotail monsters. Shuffle them all. It's really good at clearing like random interruptions like against Vanquish Soul. When their cards can't be destroyed, you just shuffle them away. It also helps you recycle. Like one instance, I targeted a Prime Monarch, shuffled back 2 traps. So there's just some cool instances like that. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know if I did that, but so maybe a monster. That was the idea, but I didn't actually end up doing it. But one of this guy. That's the only thing. We got 2 Secretarion. This card's pretty good. This card should be points as well. You play against Vanquish Soul. There's a game I had about a 45-minute game 1 in top 8, where my game 1 board had 2 of these. If you're wondering how I get to 2 of these, I summoned 1 back with the other. And a lot of the Vanquish Soul, I guess, what's the big Vanquish Soul guy? Caesar Valius can't activate any of this. Yeah. So you just hang out with it on the board. This card also annihilates Exo Sister, although that's a really bad matchup. This card also annihilates Dragon Rulers. This card also is really good against Monarch because they have spellcasters to summon. This card is really good in the mirror. Point being, this should be points. And it's not. So that was an oversight. This is probably the best card in this deck. If this was like 15 points, I don't even know if this deck could be worth playing. Everything else can be the same. I don't even know if you want to play the deck without this, in my opinion. One Mysterion came up once or twice. Pretty neat. This card never came up. Chaos something or other. There's not really that many Dragon Darks and whatever you can play to make it worth it, but it's fine in theory. Construct, Wendigo, and that one. In theory, you can Shaddoll Fusion, send, Urgala, send Pan, all the fun stuff. In actuality, I think I activated the Shaddoll Fusion twice in one turn, and that was the whole tournament. So, I guess it got negated activation once. So, pretty wasteful. Aggregator and Malong. I guess for Ultimate Slayer, but, didn't really matter in my opinion. I expected a lot of, I call like random synchro piles, but that did not turn out to be true. What ended up happening in the best deck, in my opinion, of this event was like a hyper spam Kill Tune deck where they play pretty much infinite ways to play, and that seemed really powerful. Also, there's a lot of powerful decks, but point being, I don't know if Ultimate Slayer is the best choice, but overall, I was pretty happy with the deck. I performed a little under my standard. I did win Swiss though, that was cool, 10-1. I got like 3 features, so yeah, honestly, pretty cool event. Hoping to get my prizes soon whenever they're finished with the finals. And yeah, guys, check out Genesys. It's really cool. They're constantly evolving the whole format, and they're listening to community feedback. So if you guys have an idea, make your voice known. And like I will be doing soon. And yeah, try Genesys out, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.